Tell us about the emus.
We lost that war.
Yeah.
Don't talk about
Okay.
that.
The birds?
That's a real thing.
It's a joke.
Is it?
Yeah.
See, I don't know.
Huh?
What?
See?
If you look it up on the internet, it's like got a full story behind it, but it's not real.
That's exactly what the emus want you to think.
Oh,
Today we're talking about that time that Australia declared war on a bunch of flightless birds. Yes,
Really?
this actually happened. Commonly
What?
referred to as the Great Emu War, it wasn't really all that great and it barely qualifies as a war. But first an ad. This video is brought to you by Zydax Custom Gaming Computers.
Why
Not
did
trying
they go
brag,
to
but I
war
happen
with
think
the
they're best.
emus?
Why? Well, for one, they're all built right here in America with a phenomenal warranty. And for
And
two,
how
it's the
did
only
they
computer
lose?
company that's ever let me play with a flamethrower.
ooh, nice, nice.
And when I say play, I mean operate in a safe and
Where's
controlled
the
environment.
spider,
with a fire
babe?
suppression system that I may or may not have almost set off. Anyways, back to the emus. Now, if you don't know what an emu is, it's this thing right here. It's basically an ostrich from Wish.com. Or a black and white Charlie Chaplin version of a cassowary, if that's what you're into. And if you don't know what an
Ostrich
Australian
from
is, well then good for you.
Wish.com.
Just kidding. That was really punching below the equator, and I apologize. Okay, I'm done. I mean, probably not, but we'll see how this goes. Anyways, our story takes place in Australia in 1932. This is the height of the Great Depression, and like many other countries, Australia is not doing that great. Food is scarce and people are hungry. Luckily, they live in Australia, a lush landscape that will indefinitely provide for them. And when I say provide, I mean it spawned an angry mob of 20,000 6-foot-tall devil pigeons that tried to eat all their crops, subsequently starving everyone. And I'm not just throwing in cool words. An actual group of emus is called a mob. That's how gangster these fucking birds are. Physiologically speaking, they're basically fucking dinosaurs. They can run 30 miles an hour.
I mean, they
It's
kind of
basically
look like a
impossible to hit 'em with
dinosaur.
headshot, and between their feathers and muscles, they're so dense it takes 10 bullets
They're
to put one
almost
down. Like I said,
bulletproof.
they're basically cassowaries, and one of those things killed Florida Man. That should be all you need to know. So the farmers, realizing that these roided out pigeons are about to force everybody into starvation,
come out of the
aka
hellhole?
communism diet, decide to call up the Minister of Defense and ask for help.
Did
He comes up
Satan
with the great
summon
idea
them
of
to
dispatching the
Australia?
army with machine guns to go kill all these birds. Not a terrible idea. As an American, that seems reasonable to me. I mean, you got a problem? Just shoot it till it goes away. That's just science. It's a lollipop method. How many licks does it take? Now, this is part of the story where people like to play it off like the entire Australian military deployed to go fight these birds in epic battle. And that is simply not what happened.
I mean,
They
that would've
literally
been
only
funny.
sent 3 dudes
Only
with 2
3?
Lewis machine guns and 1 truck. Not 300, not 3,000.
How many emus
3
were
fucking
there?
dudes.
3
And they
versus
only
how
gave
many?
them 2 Lewis machine guns and 1 truck. And then to top it all off, they only gave them 10,000 rounds of ammunition to go up against 20,000 birds. So right off the
They
bat,
had
the math already isn't mathing. Luckily for us,
Also, there's 3 of them, and how many 20,000 emus? Bro, they just sent them to die. I don't know what these 3 guys did wrong, but they must have messed up somewhere. Cause I feel like they just kind of sent them to their death. They were like death by emu.
however, they did send a camera guy. And this dude could apparently see into the future because he immediately started trolling these guys the entire time. Go ahead and play the tape.
The scouts of the advancing army have keen eyesight. And in order to get close to the main body, our lads have
This
to
guy's
do some real
watching with
stalking.
Now, despite
popcorn.
the camera guy openly mocking them to their face, they get
Wow.
to work and start blasting.
Bro, they are trying their best.
Now they're retiring.
God damn, I can hear the ringing in that guy's ears. Now, this continues to go on
Yeah,
for a little over a
Jesus.
month. Then when they finally run out of ammunition, they've killed 986 of these birds. At which
That's
point the
a
Australian
lot.
government deems that this isn't effective enough. So then they implement a bounty system and civilians are allowed to hunt them and cash in their hides for money. And then that was it. That's the end of the fucking story. And then the internet
Oh
goes
my
and plays it off
God.
like it's some huge loss on the Australian military. Like, that doesn't even make sense.
Failure!
The scoreboard was 986-0. And then the game ended when the people winning decided they were bored and went home. It sounds like a W to me. Like, imagine with me, if you
You
will, you're
guys
at a
made
house
it
party.
sound
You and
like
20
they
of your
murdered
friends.
those
Jason
3 men.
Voorhees shows up and murders one of your friends. And then he decides to leave on his own accord because he's bored. Are you and your friends gonna stand around like, wow, that was a great victory for us. We've won. No, that's fucking dumb.
No.
You had to kill all 20,000 of them
No.
for it to be a victory. That is the dumbest logic on the planet
I'd
when
be
you
so
apply it to
mad.
literally any other situation
I'd be
ever.
so
You know what, let me just
mad
show
if
you. Let's do this
everyone
for
looked
fun.
at that as
World
a
record for
loss.
hot dog eating. 63 hot dogs in one sitting. Pfft. What a loser. He didn't eat every hot dog on Earth in one sitting. How did I get tricked into defending Australia in this? I mean, I don't think Australia lost by any stretch of the imagination, but I do think America could have done it better. I mean, option A, you just treat it like we treat feral hogs. Start selling tickets so civilians can shoot them out of a helicopter with machine guns. Not only are you not spending tax dollars to get rid of these things, you're actually making
Some
money.
Red
And
Dead
then, you know,
Redemption
option two, you just start a
side
proxy
quest
war.
up
You know,
in
just
here.
send over millions, maybe even billions of dollars worth of military hardware to the emu's natural enemy. In this case, it'd probably be the kangaroos. And then, you know, maybe we'll send over some Green Berets to train the kangaroos how to use the weapons appropriately. Exactly. Bada bing, bada boom, the kangaroos do all the dirty work for you. PETA can't even get mad. Okay, we're getting sidetracked. In conclusion, the Great Emu War did in fact happen, but it is greatly exaggerated by the internet. And I'm not gonna lie, I think the Australians are blaming the emus because of it. You see, before the Great Emu Civil War, they were considered
I want a
an
Great
endangered
Emu
species
War
and protected,
game,
and
not
now their
won't
conservation
lie.
classification is who gives a fuck.
Somebody
And some of
needs
the
to make a
only
video
nuclear
game
tests
about
ever
this.
conducted in Australia were conducted at a place called Emu Field. I'm just saying, if you're an emu and you're somehow watching this, I wouldn't be fucking around too much because you might actually find out. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch at theFatElectrician.com. Out.
I can't believe that they called it a failure, that they called it a loss, even though there was only 3 of us against an entire nation of them, and they stuck me there for like, how long were they there for? Like a month? I'd be so mad. Mooah, 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 mooah.